Justice Jackson?
So I guess I'm still struggling to see how the policy concerns that you explored with Justice Kavanaugh really are being addressed in this statute. I mean, this is not a liability statute as I see it. It's not setting up a cause of action for any kind of trucking accident. It's leaving it to the state. So the concerns about the extent to which the brokers are involved in this, or will, other kinds of defendants, or how much liability, don't those come out state by state depending upon what claims are being made as you read this statute?
No, I mean, that's absolutely true. And, you have an amicus brief from 28 states, and they pulled off the incredible feat of having California and Texas on the same amicus brief. And, that shows there is a lot of variety in the state tort laws. And I think, there are a couple of states that don't have this tort. But it does go all the way back to the first restatement, and most states, the overwhelming majority of states, have this tort. But
and the ones that don't, then the brokers in that state wouldn't be held liable for them. Or all the arguments about how do we do this seem like they'd be made to the state legislature who's trying to hold them liable. It's not in this statute, I think, because it doesn't suggest to me, looking at this text, that Congress was focused on the result of this, other than to say we are preempting with respect to rates, et cetera, et cetera. Can I just ask you one more thing? That the government is focused a lot on the definition of motor carriers that is in this statute. And I guess I'm wondering whether that really matters from the standpoint of how we understand your arguments related to C. Is this turning at all on us focused on the definition? I thought this was about, in your view, with respect to, as opposed to the definition of motor vehicles.
Right. There's a couple of things there. I mean, which is to say, there's some focus on the definition of motor carrier or motor vehicle, but I don't think any of that matters here for the reason that you said, both that we're really thinking about the state judgment, whether it's a state judgment about safety. And then at the same time, nobody doubts there's a motor vehicle here.
So it doesn't matter. We don't have to focus in resolving this case on the definition of motor vehicle, in your view?
I don't think so. Nobody really disputes that there's a motor vehicle at the center of this case that caused grave injuries to my client. So the only question is sort of the state safety regulation sufficiently closely related to that motor vehicle? And as I've tried to explain, it really is quite closely tethered, because the whole reason you have a negligent hiring tort is because you're talking about something that poses a danger of harm to third parties. And the thing that poses the danger of harm to third parties in this context isn't some brokerage firm. It's the 80,000-pound truck.
Thank you.